Hi there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're back again working on the spring journal. I did actually make last week's video only yesterday, and while I had all my stuff out I thought I'd carry on and do another video a week ahead. So when you see this, I'll actually be on holiday. I'll be at towards the end of my holiday by the time you see this, so I am getting really ahead of myself. But I thought while I was in the mood and I had all my stuff out and I'd got the pockets in my head that I was starting to make, I thought let's just carry on, make the next video in the series, and then I've got to go back and plug a couple of gaps what I've left with videos I haven't made yet that actually need to be seen before this one. I know I've just got to keep the schedule in my head, but I know that every Friday, as best I can, I'm going to be working on the spring journal. So today I'm going to hopefully make a couple of Dee Dee Farrago's pockets. So I talked about that in the last video. She's been making lots of pockets with Book Page, and I've picked 2 or 3. I think I'm going to just make a couple today that I really like, and then I don't imagine that they're completely new. Nothing is new in this world, but they're new to me, and therefore I'm going to give them a go and try and put them in the spring journal. I know we've got more pockets than we possibly could need, but I'd rather have some choices. Some of them I'm not sure about, so I may not need to use the ones that I pulled out of my stash. They can be brought out another time. So I'm starting with one of my larger pieces of Book Page. These are from the encyclopedias that I had as a child. So they're nice big pages. They're quite nice quality paper. So I've just doubled them over lengthways to give myself a nice strong base, which is what I do to make this one. And this is how the pocket is going to end up. So it's really just one pocket there and another pocket. I just thought it looked rather a cute pocket, and we're going to make it look really springy. So I've pulled in my I think I'm going to use some Artie Mays papers this time, because last time I used the papers from the Yarners Crafting kit. This time I want to use an Artie Mays paper. So let's make the basis of the pocket first, and then we'll figure out what papers we need. So we start off by folding over the top to make the little top flap, and it is just a decorative flap really. It's not really a proper flap, or it's not really serving any purpose other than decoration. And then we fold this bottom half up to meet it. So we just go up to where the flap comes and just tuck it. I mean, it's not an exact thing, doesn't really matter, but this is how she did it, was to bring up your bottom half of your pocket piece, whatever it is, trying to, so it's got a bit scrunched in the middle here. See if I can get it to actually lay a bit flatter. I think it's because it wasn't that long since I glued these two sides together. I wanted to glue it together and it wasn't, so it might be just a little bit wet still. Make sure it's straight. I think that's a bit better. Right, so that's that, and then you just fold this back, make the other flap. Simple as that. It's a really simple little pocket, but I think it looks really cute, and I really like it. And of course you can do it in any style. So I used me vintage Viola papers. Let's see if that's actually as straight as I hope it would be. Can always be trimmed up, can't it? For my prototype. And yeah, so there we are. That doesn't look at all straight to me, but I think I might have to just trim it. Let's see, is that actually, or is it just my eyes? I think it'd be alright when it's covered. I think it's because it's not quite meeting and it looks like a bit of it goes up, but I think it's okay. Right, so that's your pocket. Super duper easy. Easy is always good in my book. So I'm going to see about using some of this, if I can, for the main papers, and then do something contrasting on the flap. Just a warning, it seems to be building up for a thunderstorm, and oh, there it is, little rumble of thunder in the background. You probably can't hear it. But I did see a little tiny flash of lightning as well. It's been really hot here the last couple of days. So I'm not entirely surprised. They've been predicting a thunderstorm. And we weren't sure it was going to arrive. And I can just hear little background rumbles of thunder. And it has got a little darker in here. Hopefully not so dark you can't see what I'm doing. I don't think putting a light on will actually help. Right, I'd like to use a bit of this. I'm not entirely sure which bits. I'm just going to take off the edges and see how I love that butterfly. See if I can get the butterfly onto at least one piece. Oop. Alright. Good grief. It's almost straight. So I wonder if I can pop that there. No, it's not going to show. It's going to be too low. And it's a bit too big actually, that butterfly, I think. I wonder about the other one. Let's try the other butterfly. Right, just going to tear it down about there, just so I've got a piece to play with. And I think I'll just tear it across here. I know it seems a bit wasteful for picking out bits out the middle, but that's the bit I want, so I'm afraid that's how it's going to be. Right, if I put that there, okay, doesn't look as though I've torn it all that straight, but it's okay. Right. I meant to do this video this morning when it was a little bit cooler, but it's been a bit crazy in this house today. We've had a variety of people coming and going, doing things. So we've had some guys in doing some damp work on our damp in one of the downstairs rooms. We've had an electrician working in our bedroom. And we've also had the electricity company supposedly fixing the meter and failing, as they've done in the past. So that wasn't a big surprise that they couldn't fix what they planned to fix. Okay, so I'm going to trim that off afterwards, I think. So let's do that piece. Yeah, so it was like comings and goings this morning. Trays were all over the place. Up, down and everywhere in between. So you can't just shut yourself off, really. I mean, I know we were both here and we were both doing things, but I didn't like to start filming in case there was anything you needed to look at, or just had to be available while they were here. But all is quiet now. Everybody's been and gone, doing what they needed to do. Come down a bit. No, not that far. Whoop. Okay. Right. And scissors. Where's my scissors? Right. A little bit of trimming needed at the bottom here, I think. Just a tiny bit. Alright, so let's do the top piece. That's going to be down like that. So I might just trim it a bit so we're not covering up quite so much butterfly. And then we're going to have that. So we need another bit up here. We could possibly get another butterfly in, I think. So I'm just going to trim it. Trim it about there, I think. And I think we need to trim a little bit off the top. See if we can do it so we can see this butterfly. So let's move it over a bit. If we line it up that side. Okay. And trim that off. There we go, like that. No, that's not going to be visible enough. We need to pull it up a bit. And I'm just going to... I mean, it would be much easier if I just got a pattern that was an all-over pattern, but I wanted to bring in the butterflies from the Artimaze kit, so I've made life a little bit more difficult for myself than I needed to. When Didi was covering her, she wasn't being nearly as picky as to which bit of the paper she had on display. But that's how I roll. I like it to look good. So it's not ideal, is it? Not really. Okay, I might save that for something else because it's not really showing enough, so there's not much point in worrying. Well, let's have a bit of the floral instead. Okay, enough messing. I like these berry things on the side anyway. So let's do that instead. Stop being so awkward. Just going to put that in there like that. Yep. Okay. And then I'll just trim off the side. Alright, so I've just glued that down and trimmed it off. I think there's just another little trim on this side. Let's see. And then we've got to find something to cover the little flap. Something contrasting, I think, would be nice. Let's have a look. So we'll see how that looks. That goes like that. I'm going to trim this off just a little bit more. I'm not going to trust myself with my scissors. I'm just going to trim it a little bit to make sure that I see as much of the butterfly as possible, and also just to make sure it's straight. I have had to put my light on because it is actually got quite dark, and it's starting to rain as well. So, oh well. Okay, so now we've got that, and we want a little bit of something to contrast. So I thought I'd look at the backing papers that come, some of the backing papers. So we've got this one. There's a pink, and there's a gorgeous yellow here somewhere. Yes, or yellow. I think one of those would be really nice as on the flaps. So which one would look good? I've been inclined to go for the yellow. I just think it would make a really nice contrast. I think that's still the colour I might just go for, because there is a bit of yellow in this as well. Yeah, so I think I will go for the yellow. Right. and take that off. Right, so really we just need to cut a strip the right width and do a piece for each. Maybe I'll do it the other way around. Yeah. Less wastage if I do it this way round, isn't it? And just tear it there. And the spots make it possible to keep it straight as well. So let's start the other way around, so tearing off any more. Right, so I'm going to have it just going around the fold a little bit. I don't know whether to fold it around the pocket. No, it's not a pocket, is it? It's just a flap, so I don't need it to fold around. That's that flap. And then this flap is a little bit smaller. Right. Right, so I'm going to use this. Right to the edge. That piece. And then this one. More glue needed under there. Right. Now we need to just that doesn't look that straight again. I have to just straighten this up a bit more. I don't think I quite glued it on as straight as I should have done. And there's a bit sticking out at the side. Right, let's fold this flap. Bone folder, where'd it go? There it is. Okay, and then this one. then we have a really sweet little spring pocket. There's a couple of little things still to finish off. Just got to do the corners, of course, just round them, it just finishes it off. And then we can glue the flaps down. Just on this smallest one, I think. No, maybe I'll do the middle-sized corner. Seems to have left a funny little jackety bit, I'm not sure why. Anyway, so then we've just got to ink around the flaps and glue them down. So all I need to do is glue down this pocket itself. Okay. I feel like it needs a little bit of decoration on the flaps. Let's see if I can find any little something or other in my ephemera pieces. Right. I've got all the little fussy cuts from the Artimaze kit. They're all looking a bit big, except this one. I don't know if there's another one of those. Blends in a little bit though, doesn't it? Oh, there's another one. Ooh, that looks quite nice. That'll only be the two. Oh, look, there's some more. Woohoo! Okay, that's more like it. So I could put the little blue one or another yellow one. What do you think? I think I like the blue on the top here. The yellow one down here. That looks good. Yep, I like those. They just finish those little pockets off. Right, so I think I can safely use my glue stick for these two. Just make sure they're properly inked around, and then we'll move on. Oh, there's another one here. Oh, lots of them. Well, they're handy for little decorative bits, aren't they? So I've got that one. So does that look any better? Let's ink around this one as well. Maybe this will look better against the yellow. That one. Or this one. No, I quite like those two. Okay. Right. So, I'll just have to have it just there. Right, okay. Glue those on. Bring it down a touch so it's not going to catch on the pocket when something goes in the pocket. Be a bit careful there. This one will be alright because the flap's bigger. I think the flaps are probably meant to be the same size, but it didn't quite work out that way because I wanted my butterfly to be visible. Okay, right, so one little pocket. I really like that one. I thank you, Dee Dee, for the inspiration. And put that in my pocket holder. There we go, a little box of pockets. And the next one. The next one's a bit different again. And I'm sure it's very similar to, it's very similar to another one that she's made herself. But I think I've seen other people make this kind of thing as well, but I thought it was really sweet, and doing it with the book page was quite a nice idea. So that's this one. So what I need for this is some book page. So I've just got, I did get a few prepared so that I can just make them up quickly. So I have got these two pieces. It's just basically this glue book, 2 pages folded in half, and this one cut into the tag shape. It's actually slightly bigger, but it doesn't matter, because you can do this with any size. And then I have to cut this piece down to fit there. So let's do that. And a pencil. Just mark that. There's no measurements needed, you just do it where you think it needs to go. And that's that piece. And I guess this piece would be quite good for a small tag. So it's also has a use. Alright. So I have got my back piece cut into the tag shape, and this piece which is going to go here. So the next thing I'm going to do is to cover them, and we need to find some papers to do that with. I'm going to have another look in my, should we go back to this kit, just because I haven't got much using that kit. What can we use? So we need something. Let's have a look at this piece. Just wondering about this bird. There's the bird. What else have I got? I need just something that there's a bit more presence, really. What are we going to do? But I'm thinking that needs to be more of a general sort of a... If we're going to make it look like a shirt, it probably shouldn't have an actual image in the middle of it, should it? Don't know. I'm not sure which piece I want, because there's also the piece on the other side. There's this, which is quite sweet. I have a feeling I've got another idea. Thinking this might go quite nicely on the bottom, and I'll have one of the other pieces at the top. That's what I think I'll do. So I'm just going to do the usual, and as usual, lose my ruler. There it is. It's harder to spot when it's upside down. Blends in with the book, with the table. Right. Okay. Let's just turn that off. I don't want that too. I want this piece, this piece. Do that. Okay. Oh, is it? I was wondering, this is a little bit brighter, this bottom half. Maybe that will be a bit nicer, just a little bit more visible. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I know, I'm a bit picky about which bits I use, but I don't want it to look too washed out. It's quite a pale paper, but I thought we'll have something brighter in the top half. Do it the opposite way round to this one in a way. Okay, so I need to just glue this paper into place. On the other side. Makes more. Oh, is it wide enough? Oh, that was not so good. Okay. Slide it about a bit, make sure it's in place. Right. That piece goes here, and then we just need something to coordinate with that. Ooh, spring is the time of plans and projects. That would be quite nice at the top there, wouldn't it? Yeah, yes it would. How'd that look? It's rather sweet, isn't it? Right. It's not completely central. Are we surprised? No. But I think it'll be okay. And that goes there, do there. So I think we'll just tear it off about here. And just about fits. I think I might trim off the corners afterwards. And trim off the corners. Tidy this up a little bit here. Okay, so that's the top. And then this one needs to sit there. What we're going to do, going to just mark the middle, a little scrunch there, and then just cut a little pocket, a little slit right there. I don't know how long that is. Is it an inch maybe? Hoping this will fold okay. It's got to decide really whether I want to cover this corner. Just ink it because the print is upside down. They are very tiny little pieces. The print's upside down on one side but not on the other. Weirdly, I don't really get it how that happens, but that's how it happens. Okay. So you could take that bit off. Could certainly take. No, that's glued too well, so I'll have to glue that back down again. Half inclined to put a little contrasty piece on there. If you glue it down, it'll be fine. We can glue down the flap, which is what we've got to do. I might just try and put a little piece of the blue on here. Is it blue? No, not the blue spot because the spot's too big. What about a little piece of the blue floral on there? How would that look? Might just do that. Fold it around a little bit. Yeah, I quite like that. I hope I don't mess it up, but just think it finishes it off just a little bit. Let's get my glue book before I make a mess everywhere. Fold it around. And trim it. I think I saw Tina doing a very similar thing in one of her mass makes recently. I don't think it was a recent mass make, I think it was just one I saw recently. And she had based it on the DD Farrago pocket that she'd made in part of her Christmas series, so it was still a DD idea, I think. And then let's do one the other side. And she did that, she covered her little corner flaps. I thought, yeah, it isn't so hard to do. Let's take another piece. and glue around it, around the edge. And then trim around the flap. I'll trim around the flap, not trim the flap off next to it. Oh, there we go. One, two. Right, I'm going to just ink the two flaps and glue them down. Right, I won't glue that down just yet because the flaps are still drying. I want to think about what we're going to put down the middle for decorating. As you can see, and I think this is what Dee did on all of hers, she's put buttons down there, which is what I've done. And I have got some buttons out to use. But since we found those little circular pieces by Artimaze, I did wonder about putting a couple of those on, or just one, maybe two. Where did they go? They're all just lurking around here. Any number of things that we could put there. I think these are, is that too many? One of those and one of those. How would that look? Let's try this one. Or the two yellows, what do you think? Two yellow ones, would they look okay? This one does sort of disappear a little bit, doesn't it? It's a bit pale. They could go there like that. I think that's what I might do, rather than using buttons, which I don't have many of anyway. I'm going to put these buttons on. Let's hope this is all dried now, because I can't really do much while those clips are on there. Alright, let's just glue this front piece onto the pocket. I am just using my tacky glue at the moment. The reason I'm using the bottle is because I ordered a pack of 2 and they were tiny like this. So it didn't seem worth decanting it into my sugar bell, because it's got quite a small nozzle anyway. So I thought might as well just use it straight from the bottle, because the last bottle I bought was probably 4 times bigger than that. Okay. Okay, that's on, I think. There we are. Put the little circles. Those there, I think. there it is. DD Farrago pocket number 2. That's another sweet little pocket, and it is just a single pocket, but I think it will hold quite a bit because it's fairly wide, and you can still use it to tuck behind as well if you want to. So yeah, I like that. So where's the other one? I'll just show you the 2 pockets we've made today. Just move these things out of the way. And there's our 2 little pockets for today. I really like them. And I'm going to go away and make a whole load more, I think, with different colours, different papers and scraps, and then they'll all be in my stash for another time. So I'm going to clear this lot away. I've got one more little thing I want to do, and then we'll call it a day, and the next bit won't take long. Right, I'll see you in a moment. Right, I'm back, and I'm sure this is not what you expected to see when you when you moved on the video. We're just doing this at the end. Hopefully earlier in the week you'd have seen I did a little flip through of these 2 envelope stacks. It's taken a while to do it because, as I explained in that video, it took me quite a while to get this finished because I was doing it at my craft club and I kept missing days, or I'd be talking too much to actually get anything done, which happened quite often. So it took a while. I did end up having to finish it at home just to get it finished because as you may have realised, probably a month or 2 ago, I did actually hit 600 subscribers, which I was really, really excited to happen. And I think I mentioned at one time that I wanted to do a giveaway, but I wasn't ready to do it yet. And the reason was because I was waiting to finish this little baby. So now that it's done, I really wanted to come on to really just thank everybody for all their support, all of you guys, you new subscribers. If you've subscribed in the last 2 or 3 months, pushed me over the 600, I'm really grateful. I'm really grateful for all the lovely comments that many of you make every time I post a video. It means so much because partly because I'm one of the worst myself. I watch a lot of videos and I'm one of the worst for commenting. I mean, I occasionally do, and I quite often do a like, but I'm a shocker for commenting, partly because I'm often watching it on the television and you can't, or I'm watching it the last thing at night and I'm just not quite with it enough to comment. I'm always, I do enjoy watching the videos, but I'm terrible at making the comments. So those of you who make the time and take the trouble to actually put a comment at the end of my videos, I can't tell you how grateful I am for that. Because I really appreciate it. And you're also lovely. I mean, you are really just the most lovely people out there, and you say such lovely things, and it really warms my heart. And I thought the very least I can do is to say thank you, particularly to those of you who do regularly watch and regularly comment, because you're more likely to see this bit of the video than perhaps people who only watch the start of a video or only watch giveaway videos, which I think there probably are. Because I was caught out the last time when I did my 500 giveaway video. A lot of people entered. People would win, but then not claim it. I had 3 people who actually got pulled out in the draw and never contacted me to tell me where they lived so I could send them the prize. So I thought, well, the only way to do it, which is what I did in the end with that one, is just pop it in as a surprise at the end of a regular video, and then the right people will be seeing it. And that's you. If you're watching this, you're one of the right people, and I'm so glad you're here with me. I love the people who, when I hear that you loved crafting along with me, and that you just enjoy what I do, and it means the world, I can't tell you. So here we are. Here's 2 little envelope stacks. All you have to do to enter is to tell me which one you like best, and that's the one you'll get if you win. So it's either Butterfly or Covent Garden, and that's only Covent Garden because that's the kit I used. I couldn't think of another good name for this one. I could call it Blue and Pink, but I thought I'll just stick with Covent Garden because that's the kit, the Shabby Dabby Doodah kit that I used. So whichever one you like best, you tell me that in your comment, and I'll do a draw in 2 weeks' time, so that'll be the 7th of July, and I will do the draw at 9 o'clock in the morning my time. Well, it'll be about 9 o'clock, so it'll go up at some point on the 7th of July when I've done the draw. Depending on how many people, I'll either do a comment picker on YouTube, or I'll just put everybody's names in a hat, which is sometimes the easiest thing to do. and when I pull your name, whichever one you've said you would prefer, that's the one you'll get. And then I'll let you know you've won, and you need to send me your address through the email address that I'll put below, and I will get this off to you, whichever one you want. So there we are. That's our little giveaway for 600 subscribers. A bit late, I know, and I apologise, but I hadn't forgotten, even though you might have thought I had. But it was all about this little one, waiting for her to be ready so that you could have that choice. So there it is. That's the 600 giveaway. You've got 2 weeks to enter. Good luck, everybody. Bye for now.